Video number 6. Number 6.1. My 2 stories confirm this video. First, the day my mom died there were 2 nurses with her, just making lunch, giving her physical therapy on her leg, and watching a funny movie. They said that she kept saying that she was ready to go home and she wanted to go home. Then she suddenly lifted up her arms as if someone was helping her out of her chair, and she had a happy look on her face. She passed quickly and easily. I think someone greeted her from the other side. Second, when my stepfather was dying, he kept saying that he needed his tools and the 2x4 and a brace to fit the wood into. I'm not sure what he was building, but it seemed to be some sort of transportation vehicle, raft or a sleigh or a hot rod car. I just went with it and said things like, "Okay, we've got your tools here and I'm holding the brace in place." Number 6.2. I have been a nurse for 45 years, and this is absolutely true. So many of my patients would talk to their relatives as I was in the room with them. The first time it happened I really didn't truly believe it, and I'm going back to the 1960s. It happened more and more, and family members were able to verify what they were saying as how the person looked and what they were doing. I myself had an experience where I was at the dentist and allergic to the anesthesia, and I had an out-of-body experience. As I'm in this tunnel being drawn toward this light, it's a little cat I had when I was just a little kid came running down after me. I called the camp by name and he turned around, he ran a little and kept turning back to see me, and I could hear voices ahead of me. I definitely was headed toward that way, but all of a sudden I hear my name and I wake up in the dentist chair in very bad shape, never forgetting seeing the kitten I had and knowing I was close to death. There definitely was nothing to be afraid of. Number 6.3. I asked my dad how he was doing. He said good. I had coffee with Mom this morning. She'd been gone 30 years. The kicker was that I smelled coffee when I had walked in the house, which hadn't been in the house for months. Number 6.4. My 90-year-old mom saw her deceased mother in the dining room of the nursing home she was in. Her hospice nurse Petra was with her. My mom said, "My mother's here. I want to go to her, she's leaving." It happened to be what would have been my dad's 100th birthday. Thank God I brought the kids in to see her that evening. When I went to see her the following Sunday, she was actively dying. I was also a hospice nurse at the time. I said in her left ear, "I love you, Mom." She said, "I love you too," in a whisper. They were the last words she ever spoke. She passed away peacefully on Wednesday. I love you, Mom, always and forever. Number 6.5. And true like the other stories. My dad at 2:30 in the morning sat up in his bed, legs all perfect, no swelling, smiling like a child and no pain. And then died later in the morning. I wish I could have been by his side. Number 6.6. A few years ago, a lady shared a similar story to me, about her father who had served in the army. He had a recurring dream that his mates, now passed, from his army days turned up in an army lorry and were encouraging him to get up onto the lorry and go with them. This happened a couple of times before he too passed. It's nice to think he would be his mates now, as your father too will be with his best mate. Please subscribe, like and share with anyone that needs these comforting stories. Search for my related book on Amazon using the title of 4,000 Deathbed Vision Stories.